Hey, what's happening? What's popping, everybody? You got the BB Seaking Iron Flash Gaming versus Melons Week 7 of the GBA. And we're reaching that halfway mark where every team is kind of established at this point in time, in which uh, their playoff hopes, their playoff runs, or their downfall of the season is going to be a little bit more revealed at this point in time, because the BB Seakings, you already know, is going to continue doing its thing. We're sitting at still 2 losses, but we're going to continue rolling with the wins as long as I continue having decent differential games. I'm going to be one of the 2 teams to get a first round bye in the playoffs. That's what I'm aiming for. But the main thing is not to let up on the gas pedal and randomly lose any games. So differential definitely matters a lot, because you have guys like Goldoa and Danza who are basically tied with me, but have a little bit maybe better of a differential, ballpark same differential. So we want to continue, as I said, get the ball rolling. And we got Melons here, who's kind of right behind us, where he's been having a pretty dominant season with the likes of Zygarde 50, which many teams for whatever reason cannot figure out how to beat setup DD Zygarde. Like, it's definitely been putting in the finest of work, and between like the Coil Iron Tail, that was pretty hot. You had, oh yeah, my favorite set of the entire season was Victory Bell versus Regulator, in which he brought strength at Victory Bell, made by Aki VGC, the Lord and Savior GOAT. Anyways, let's go into this match. I decided, obviously, I'm going to build around Mega Diance. So his steel type is going to be Snorlax, as pretty much everything else gets to it KO'd by pretty much any variant of Mega Diance. Moonblast is like um, just so free versus him, just because he's I don't know. Like, if he brings some godly Victory Bell set versus me, I doubt that he's going to bring a Victory Bell to defensively check my Mega Diance when his, as I said, steel type is Snorlax with the recycle set. So 100% expect maybe something like that, where if he brings a very like, the thing is now he has the Rabambe for speed control, but naturally Mega Diance, it just outspeeds everything on his team, bar now the Rabambe and speed tying with Gengar, in which Gengar would have to run Energy Ball or something like that to actually like kill Mega Diance. Yeah, this thing is a real threat versus him, so that's what I decided to win the game by. Now, the main thing in which I want to win is by rock polishing up, because if I get rid of the Snorlax, Mega Diance, if it rock polishes, the game's over. He could run weird things like really bulky Zygarde Spidef, or with a berry to, now, like, I definitely don't expect Fairy versus Berry, because I think that's a non-set in regards to, yes, Mega Diance is a huge threat versus him, but a Spidef set can take a Moonblast if you're EV'd for it, without having to waste your item on something like a Fairy versus Berry. But Mew, it could be a Spidef set with maybe like Iron Head or something like that, but as long as I get rid of the Victory Bell, where or even get rid of the Charizard Y, one of the two, to obviously not get outsped. Now, once again, if I do set up the Rock Polish, it will not matter. And I decided to just throw on Calm Mind down here and Power Gem. The reason why, like, literally the only reason why I have Power Gem this week is because Charizard Y. The, like, only reason why you'd run Diamond Storm is specifically for Victory Bell, and once again, there is that small chance that I can miss, and like 99% of the time, I'm gonna be running, or I'm never pretty much gonna click the Rock type move unless Charizard Y is right in front of me. So I just decided to go Power Gem here, just because that's like an unnecessary risk that I feel like I don't have to take. And I was considering running a modest Mega Dancy because if I get a Calm Mind up, I can 2-hit KO the Snorlax after rocks if I get rid of its berry, or put him in a situation in which he does not recycle and then he switches out and then he tries to come back in on rocks. I will be able to 2-hit KO him with modest +1 Moonblast, but I decided to go timid because he's got the Cobalion, in which he could be bringing the Cobalion with the Stone Edge for something like my Talonflame, but I have the Slowbro and Zapdos, so kind of don't expect him to bring something like that. And speed time with a Gengar, I might as well, because I definitely don't feel the need to run much bulk on Magdancy this week, just because it's such a powerhouse and I don't really want to be switching in to Mon. So the plan here is get rid of the Snorlax, set up Rock Plosh, and win. Let's continue the team builder. So next, we got the Zapdos. Metal Sound. Why do I got Metal Sound? Many reasons. His only breaker on his team's Charizard Y. Straight up. So if I get rid of Charizard Y, he's not going to be able to break. So if we look at his team, his Mons, in order to actually do damage, need to set up first, right? So Zygarde's got to set up DDs, Mew, Nasty Flats. You get the point. So it is definitely weak to a Metal Sound set because it's going to have to set up first, and then Zapdos is immediately going to threaten things out really fast. So Zygarde, unless it's like Yachi Berry or something like that, it's dropping to +2 HP Ice. Mew, pretty much any variant of Mew, like it would have to be specifically tailored to beat the Zapdos, because it would have to be like it would have to be really speedy in order to beat the Zapdos, or some just kind of like wonky set as Mew. It's one of those really annoying Pokemon, just because it could be running Taunt to prevent the Toxic from Blissey onto it. It could be just anything to be tailored to beat any one Pokemon in the game. That's what Mew does. Mew can beat any one Pokemon in the entire game. Can be designed to, at least. So with Mew, you always got to kind of scout out what it's going to be, kind of play around, having multiple checks to it, in which I feel like I do. But the big thing, as I said, I need to get rid of the Snorlax. If I get rid of the Snorlax, I win with my Yancey if I Rock Polish. So I decided to run enough speed to outspeed the Zygarde. I was considering running max speed to speed tie with Charizard, but with these defense EVs, it's going to help me pretty much kind of counter beat Snorlax for the most part, where if he sets up a +1 curse, he should not be able to 2-hit KO me, and a return also does not 3-hit KO me, so that's pretty cool. And I can obviously start Metal Sounding it down, because he's going to expect to force me out, because Zapdos usually lose versus Snorlax, but we got the God set here. And as you notice, I'm not bringing Defog on here, but he's got a Charizard Y. If I force rocks on his side of the team, on the field, and he gets up rocks on my side, I'm willing to trade rocks for rocks here. So we got Charizard resist number 2 in Garchomp. Now, looking at his team, I don't know what he's got for this Garchomp here, other than this Rabombe, which, if I get up Stealth Rocks, is taking that necessary chip every single time. He needs to fear Stone Edge. I opted not to bring Stone Edge because I felt like Dragonium is a little bit better, because the concept, get rid of Snorlax, set up on the right mon with Rock Polish, and basically with Dragonium, if he's some like really AIDS Muse set, then I think I'd need to set up a sword stance to then kill it with Dragonium. Now, you know, another thing is if Zygarde, it's like some weird coil set or something like that, I just can. Like Dragonium, he does not have a fairy type other than like kind of Rabombe. There's not much counterplay to this, and like he's probably not going to bring Cobalion in versus Garchomp. I mean, he might to kind of like try to pivot around it, but Cobalion doesn't do too much damage back to the Garchomp, and I think this Garchomp is so important this match just because it immediately threatens out the Charizard Y, and if I can get up Stealth Rocks versus him, I will get the necessary chip versus his team. So we got Charizard Y counter number 3 in the Talonflame here. So this taunt, Toxic Talonflame, a little bit aids, but it's going to do the job right. The thing with Charizard is it could be running things like Belly Drum or DD to obviously break the Blissey, because Blissey is generally a pretty good counter to Charizard Y, but it can be dealt with. So I decided with this Talonflame, basically, if I don't see a Rotom, like this Talonflame definitely goes in for some, just because, yeah, he doesn't have a flying resist other than Rotom Wash, in which I can kind of toxic it down. Now the Rotom Wash, it could definitely be Choice Scarf as well. He's either going to be Spadef or Choice Scarf, I feel, because if he is Choice Scarfed, it's going to be a Revenger for things like Talonflame, the likes of Garchomp with Hydro Pumping it outside of the sun. He can obviously outspeed the Mega Diance, so that would make a lot of sense. So, Snorlax, I decided not to bring a fighting type, and usually like you'd bring a fighting type for the Snorlax to deal with it, but I decided that I needed to play around it in other means with the Metal Sound, and this is going to be another check to the Snorlax, where if he's some sort of like AIDS rest talk set, like he's going to be annoyed by the taunt. Basically, taunt also prevents him from, as I said, setting up, because he needs to set up in order to deal damage, and if I taunt him, then I'm gonna be in good hands. So we got Blissey here. Apparently this thing's set up fodder. That's what I've heard from pretty much every single Pokemon player I've ever heard. And Blissey is going to be very important in this match, because it can actually deal with the Zygarde. It's kind of a soft check to Zygarde, as there's not a single Pokemon that really loses Zygarde. I definitely wanted to make that a point, because he's made it so clear that Zygarde is basically his Mega Pokemon. And pretty much Gengar can be a little bit annoying versus the 6, but as long as I got the Blissey around, I can always break its substitutes with Shadow Ball and kind of just chip it down. And if he's not, like if he's tricked, whatever, he got me there. I mean, he could bring Trick, but he's got to play around Magic Bounce, Mega Diance. He's got to play around the Dragonium Z, Garchomp, where tricking is kind of very difficult to do so. And I don't really expect Gengar to come during this match, because Moonblast still too clears it. You're not going to rely on a speed tie, I don't feel, to deal with Mega Diance. So just, you know, aids Blissey doing what it does. And then we got the Slowbro here, as this is going to be the obvious Zygarde check. So another thing that I've seen, as I said earlier, is DD Charizard's kind of go in versus me, because he can Dragon Claw, Garchomp, EQ, Mega Diance, Fire Punch, the likes of Blissey. So we do got this defensive Slowbro to potentially check certain variants of Charizard. I decided that this is going to be my best check to Zygarde, because if he's randomly choice banned, then I should be able to avoid the 2 KO. And as long as he's not Coil, Slowbro should be able to deal with any variant of Zygarde 50. So hopefully I'm not facing Pokemon MD who brings Rest Hog Zygarde. That'd be a hot set versus me. Now, as I said, there's nothing that like Zygarde can break, but I mean this is the extra insurance. Things like Cobalion. Cobalion's not going to be able to threaten my team because it does get an outspeed on a lot of things. It can one-shot my Mega Diance, especially if he's like Choice Scarf Cobalion, but like I got the counter Slowbro. You could be running Volt Switch, but I got Regen, so I'm not going to be too worried about that. And Snorlax, if I manage to get off a Toxic on Snorlax and he's the Figgy Berry set or whatever, Papa Berry, with the Recycle, if I get off a Toxic, Slowbro should be able to 1v1 the Snorlax, in which it sets up for my win condition. So nothing too crazy here other than the Metal Sound and the Taunt Talon. Pretty much, as long as I kind of scout out his team, figure out what he is, I can kind of, especially the Mew, because that's a very, very scary Pokemon in general. I feel like my Mega Diance should be dunking all over this guy, Melons, who's honestly one of my favorite guys in the community. He's such a nice guy. I hate to beat the brakes off you, young man, but I gotta do what I gotta do. BB Seakings Nation, you already know. I gotta show these guys basically who the BB Seakings is. But anyways, enough cringe from me. I'm gonna be signing out. Game should be up pretty soon here, so signing out. Peace.